Hey everybody, and welcome to this video. I'm Laura123. This is going to be a bookish themed video, so hello to all my fellow bookworm buddies out there. So in today's video I'm going to be doing my September reading wrap up. Going to be telling you about the books that I read in the month of September, telling you a little bit about them, telling you if I enjoyed them or not, and of course giving you my ratings out of 5 for each book that I read. Also got a bit of a book haul for you. I've got some new books that I'm really excited to show you. So sit back, relax and enjoy the video. Now if you do enjoy watching, which I hope you do, please click like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel. That would be awesome. And don't forget to smash the notification bell to all notifications. Then you can see when I've uploaded new videos and also when I'm doing live streams. Okie dokie, so I'm going to pop the glasses on. You know I mean business when the glasses go on. Let me know in the comments section down below what books you are currently reading and if you're enjoying them or not, that kind of thing. I love reading your comments. Also let me know if there's any new books coming out that you're mega excited about. So yeah, okay, right, so I've got my old phone here. Which is I'm going to just use as my kind of guide because, you know, when you read a lot of books like I do, I can't remember everything. So this Goodreads is great. By the way, Goodreads, I would say, is my most used app, or one of my most used apps on my phone. I literally am on it every day. Come and follow me on the Goodreads. There's a link down below. Okay, so I only read 6 books in the month of September, which is really shocking for a lot of you if you're a regular viewer, because normally I'm like, oh, I've read 15, I've read it. Okay, I only read 6. Now, first of all, there's nothing wrong with only reading 6. Like, it doesn't matter if you read 1 book a month. Doesn't matter if you read, I don't know, 40 books a month. As long as you're enjoying reading, that is the most important thing. I suppose it's because I, for some weird reason, put pressure on myself to read as many books as I can, but really, it doesn't matter. Also, a couple of the books that I read in September were big, chunky ones. Like, they were big books. So that obviously made it, you know, me read less other books as well because they took so long each one. But you know what, overall it was a really good reading month. I might not have read as many as I normally do, but the books that I did read I really enjoyed. There's been some months where I've read, you know, lots and lots of books but only enjoyed like a couple. So in a way, reading less but enjoying them more is better. So there we go. Okay, so we're going to start off with the first book that I read in September. Now, I'll show you the covers like on Goodreads and stuff like that. But if you want to see more in detail, I'll link all the books that I mentioned down below on their Goodreads pages. So go look at the cover art and go look at people's reviews and information about the books if they sound something you'd be interested in. I hope that, you know, I can give you some ideas for books that you'd like to read yourself. Okie dokie. So yeah, A Guide to the Dark was the first book I read and in September, and it's called and it's by Miriam Matoy. I was really excited about this book. Like, I really hoped it would be good. I had been after it for ages. I really was like, you know, it was on my radar. Couldn't get it anywhere for love nor money. It was so difficult to get this book, but I finally found it online. So as soon as it turned up, I literally pushed it ahead of all my other books on my TBR because I just wanted to read it so much. Now, on paper, this book literally sounded perfect for me. So it's YA, it's paranormal, and it's set in a hotel. I don't know what it is, but I love books that are set in hotels, motels, like that kind of vibe. I don't why, I just really enjoy them. I think my favourite one that I've read with that genre kind of thing is Sundown Motel by Simone St. James. That book is amazing. I love her books. Anyway, but this one here, as I say, it sounded really good, but I really wanted to love it, but I just didn't. I found it really dull, boring, a little bit irritating, and just very depressing. Like, I wanted to be scared, I wanted to be creeped out, but I was just bored and just really sad when I was reading it, which is never a good feeling for me. So basically, it's about these 2 friends, well, best friends, and they're on this, like, college tour road trip, right? Something happens to one of their cars, and they get kind of stuck in the middle of nowhere in this place. Where is it? In Indiana. Middle of nowhere, and they have to stay at this hotel called the Wildwood Motel, right? Both girls get a kind of weird vibe about the place, but they've got no choice because the car's not working. They've got to stay there for a few days and stuff while it gets fixed. One of the girls starts having horrible, like, dreams about her brother who died, but then when she wakes up from the dream, he's still kind of there, i.e. ghosty. And then this other stuff, like there's other people that they meet, a young boy that works at the hotel, he's a bit creepy, and it's, I don't know, it sounds so good, but to me, it just wasn't. I was just getting so bored with it. The thing that I did really enjoy about this book, which I thought was really unique. So one of the characters, I think it's on the cover as well. Yeah, she's holding a camera. See the girl with the long hair? She's holding a camera, and she takes photographs and stuff. And she's really into her photography. And when you're reading along with the story, every so often you'll see this page of like these really cool photographs that she's took that kind of go along with the story. So you'll read it and then you'll see the picture of that scene. And I thought that was really clever and it was really cool. And some of the photographs were like proper nice, like they're really, really cool arty photographs. So I thought that was a really cool little twist to add in the book, but it wasn't enough to save it. I'm sorry, I just didn't enjoy it, and I only gave it 2 stars. So I'm sorry. Now the next book I did enjoy. I went from that one to like, I wanted something funny. I think because that last book had been quite sad and depressing, and you know, I wasn't really in the mood for another kind of book. So I wanted something to kind of lift my spirits, make me laugh. And I found this one, 7 X's by Lucy Vine. Now this isn't the cover that I had. I had a completely different cover. This is a cool cover, but the cover that I had was completely different. Anyhow, so this book, I remember actually finding this one. I'd gone shopping into a supermarket here in the UK called Sainsbury's, and they've got this really nice little book department, and I think I went in for like cheese, butter, bread and milk, and ended up with like, you know, a couple of books that day. But I got this one from there. Never heard of it, but I just really like the cover. I like the idea of it, so I got it. And I tell you what, I'm really pleased I did, because it was very, very funny. Good old, you know, rom-com. And it says here, a delightful rom-com. It's true, it was delightful. About a woman who decides to revisit each of her 7 exes, convinced that one of them is the one that got away. So 7 exes, 7 missed chances. Who is the one who got away? Honestly, this book was so funny. If you like your romances and you want a book that will make you chuckle, it will make you giggle so much, this, honestly, I love this book. It was so good. Now I give it a 4 stars. The only reason I didn't give it a 5 is because I did find it a bit predictable, and I don't like predictable books. I like to be kind of shocked a bit and have a few twists thrown in, but apart from that, it was just absolutely brilliant, absolutely just so funny. And there were bits where obviously she was going into the past, talking about these exes, and like some of it was set in the 90s, and obviously I, you know, being 44, that was my kind of teenage years set in the 90s. So it was just so many different like memories and stuff of things that they were talking about, and the music and the fashion, and it was just really funny and really romantic and sweet, and I did really love it. So yeah, 4 stars for that one. Next up, I read a YA thriller called Suddenly a Murder by Lauren Munoz. Now, this one, once again, had a completely different cover. I don't know what it is. Like, why do they change the book covers? Why can't everyone have the same book cover? Sometimes I see people on, you know, here talking about books, and they'll hold up the book, and I think, oh, that's not fair. I've got the same one, but your cover's better. I don't know. Anyway, Suddenly a Murder. So this was really good. I really enjoyed this one. So 7 friends throw a 1920s themed party where it's all pretend until things get real. One of them is murdered. So it says here it's a cross between One of Us is Lying and Knives Out. It's kind of locked room mystery. They, you know, they're all in this party thing, and it was just so good. And yes, you know, I've seen some of the reviews where people have complained about the characters being, you know, the wealthy, and they're beautiful and they're privileged. You know, okay, that is true, but so what? Like, it doesn't matter. It's not real, it's fiction. And, you know, I loved it. I thought it was really good. And it says here, to find the killer, everyone must undergo a grueling interrogation, all whilst locked in an estate where suddenly the greatest luxury is innocence. It was great. It was really interesting. I liked finding out about the different characters. There were lots of twists, lots of turns that I was like, is that one the murderer? Is that one the murderer? I love that. It was really good fun. If you like your thrillers, I really recommend this. So yes, Suddenly a Murder. I give that 5 stars. Very good book. Now the next book, oh my God. Okay, so this book has been, I would say, one of the most hyped books of this year. You know, probably for the most few, like, couple of years. I honestly, I've never seen a book get so much hype as this one has. And sometimes that actually puts me off with books. I don't know about you, but when I see books that are overhyped, I'm always a bit like, And there have been a few that I've kind of, fallen into the trap. I've jumped on the hype train and thought, okay, let's see what all the fuss is about. And I've just hated, and I'm like, is it me? Like, why am I not enjoying this? Everyone's raving about it. So when I heard about this book a while ago, I was like, not sure. Then I thought, okay, it sounds a bit intriguing, but then I found out how blooming big it was. So this book has got, hold on, does it say how many pages? I know there was a lot. Oh, here we go. So 528 pages. Big, chunky hardback. And the font as well was quite small for me to read. But that kind of put me off because big books do scare me for some reason. Anyway, eventually I thought, you know what? I really want to read this book. So I did, is the answer to all of this that I'm going on about. I did read it eventually. And it's called Fourth Wing. Yeah, if you're a regular person into like booktube videos, you'd have heard of it. Yeah, Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. Now, this book, first in the series, and oh my God, I love this book so much. Yes, it was big. Yes, it was chunky, but oh, this book was so good. I loved it. Now, I've seen some other YouTubers on here talking about it, and they're so nasty about it, which, once again, if we all like the same things, it'd be boring. I get that, and I respect people's reviews and their opinions and stuff, but I'm just like, are you reading a completely different book to me? Why are you slagging it off? Like, it's so good. It's amazing. There's dragons, there's magic, there's romance, there's friendship, there's just drama, there's just everything. I absolutely love it. So it says, enter the brutal and elite world of a war college for dragon riders. I mean, I've never, honestly, when I first thought about it, I was like, I'm not really into like dragons and stuff. Like my fiance Nathan, he loves fantasy books. So he's had a lot of books where there's been like dragons and stuff. I never really read any dragony books, all right? So I was kind of like, okay. But oh my God, now I just want to read loads of dragon books because they're just fascinating characters. So these dragons and the people who are obviously at the college, the main characters, they're just, oh my God, it's so intriguing. It's so interesting. It's so exciting. I just absolutely loved it. So I give it 5 stars. I love the main characters. I love the romance. I love the war. I loved it, basically. So number 2 is out in November. I've pre-ordered that on Waterstone's website. It's called Iron Flame. That's the cover there. Really excited to get back into the world, get back in with the characters. I love Violet, who's the main character. So yeah, obviously they're all a bit older now, a bit wiser. They've gone through a lot together. So what's going to happen next? I don't know. But yeah, honestly, as I say, I'm not normally one for hype, hype, but this book, in my opinion, deserves all the hype, all the respect that it gets, because it is blooming fantastic. And of course, I give it a 5 stars. Absolutely, mate. I would give it 25 stars if I could. Okay, so I went from that book to a book that, okay, so this series I would say is my little guilty pleasure. I love it. It's the Thursday Murder Club series by the one and only Richard Osman. So if you don't know who Richard Osman is, he's a presenter here in the UK. He does, what's it called? Pointless. He does Pointless. I think he's on another game show as well, but I can't remember that name of that one. But anyhow, so he does these shows, but then he also started writing this fictional series about these OAPs, old age pensioners, who live in this place where it's like sheltered accommodation, but they've all got their own kind of, flats and stuff, and their own lives, and they're very different characters, but yet they all come together and they sit and find all these mysteries and crimes, and they basically become armchair detectives and get themselves into a lot of trouble and drama. Honestly, it's a kind of series that is, for me anyway, like a cozy mystery vibe. Obviously there's the dark stuff of the murders and things like that, but I think the humor in these books mixed with that mystery element, it just works. It's so good. The characters themselves are so lovely. They're all so different, but yet they're also the kind of similar as well, and they all come together. I just love this series so much. So this one is the latest one. It's called The Last Devil to Die. Now you can read these as standalones, but if you want my honest opinion, I think you're better off reading them in a series in a row, so then you get to know the backstories, you get to know the characters, especially with this book here, because it's very emotional actually compared to the other books. I won't give any spoilers or anything, but you need to kind of for me anyway, I think you'd need to get to know the characters and their emotions and their stories to really find this book like touching and emotional. So yeah, this book was, what was it? Oh yeah, it was the antiques thing. So basically it says, shocking news reaches the Thursday Murder Club. An old friend in the antiques business has been killed and a dangerous package he was protecting has gone missing. As the gang springs into action, they encounter art forgers, online fraudsters, drug dealers, as well as heartache close to home. With the body count rising, the package still missing, and trouble firmly on their tail, has their luck finally run out, and who will be the last devil to die? Just looking at the reviews here, like 66% of people have given this a 5-star. Now, the reason why I give it a 4-star, which normally every book in this series I've given a 5-star without a doubt. Now, I did really enjoy this book. It was good. I love the mystery. I love the characters. But I just thought it lacked the comedy. So when I read these books, as I just said, I love that comedy aspect of it. I think my favourite character has to be Joy, because she's just so funny. She is a joy to read about. But in this book, like, there was a lot of sadness. There was a lot of grief. There was a lot of like heavy vibe, which I know is important, and I think it did work for the book. But I suppose, I don't know, because they're like my little fun, cosy mystery, I was like, oh, I just feel really sad at the end of it. So that was why I down a point for it. But apart from that, it was really, really good. Now, apparently Richard Osman is taking a break from this series, so there's not going to be one next year. He's doing another series, which I think was something about, was it a father and daughter-in-law, like detective duo? I don't know, something like that. So it really will be weird for me not to have a new book to look forward to next week, I wish, next year in this series. But obviously I will be trying the new series that he's doing. So there we go. Anyway, so that was Richard Osman's The Last Devil to Die. Next book I read, and the last book I read, God, they're so weird, in the month of September was A Game of Lies by Claire McIntosh. So yeah, I'd never read anything by her at all. I know she's a very, you know, famous author. She's done a lot of books. And yeah, normally she does like standalone thrillers, but this one was the first in a kind of new, well, no, sorry, this was number 2 in a new series of this detective, D.C. Morgan series. And I have to be honest, I really loved it. So the first one's called The Last Party, and this one is called A Game of Lies. Really cool cover as well, with like the fire and stuff. So yeah, this was really good. I really enjoyed this one. It says they say the camera never lies, but on the show you can't trust anything you see. Stranded in the Welsh mountains, 7 reality show contestants have no idea what they've signed up for. Each of these strangers has a secret. If another player can guess the truth, they won't just be eliminated, but they'll be exposed live on air. The stakes are higher than they've ever imagined, and they're trapped. The disappearance of a contestant wasn't supposed to be part of the drama, and has to be put aside when she's watched on screen. Oh yeah, so the detective has to kind of put from her mind what she's been watching as the show and the reality stars, and actually investigate it as, you know, a crime. I just found this book really, really interesting, and I love the different characters and the stories. The only thing I would say, like, a little bit negative about it was there was this kind of, I assume it was in book 1. I'd not read book 1, so I probably will at some point, but obviously there's this romance going on between her and another detective, and it's obviously going to be one of these, will they, won't they, will they, won't they? And it got to the end, and I was like, well, I won't give any spoilers. I was like, no, what? So that was a little bit infuriating with the romancy side of it. But apart from that, it was very, very good. And I like the fact that it was like a reality show, and yeah, really, really cool. I did like it. So yeah, I'll give that one 4 stars. So you're probably wondering, what is my favourite book that I read the month? Actually, you're probably not wondering, because it's pretty damn obvious, really. It is, of course, The Brilliant Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. Just fantastic, just sensational. I think I've praised it up enough. But yeah, 5 stars. And my read of the month of September is Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. There we go. Okay, let me know what your favourite book of the month of September was. As I say, I love getting your comments. So really quickly going to show you some of the new books that I've purchased recently, and I've got some from the library as well. Okay, so first of all, Channel Fear by Lisa Richardson. How cool is this cover? Like, this is just such a cool cover. Being a YouTuber. Yeah, okay. So this is a YA horror. As I said, you know, I love that. Iris is obsessed with... Iris is obsessed with star YouTube ghost hunting duo Zach and Lucas, who disappeared at an undisclosed location several months ago. Iris, who heads up her own unsuccessful channel with co-hosts Byron and his girlfriend Molly, has been searching for the location ever since. Where did they go? Where have they gone? When they stumble across the long-abandoned Thornhanger house, the trio set aside their toxic love triangle to explore and find Zach and Lucas's abandoned equipment inside, complete with their last day of filming. Ooh. As they watch the footage, a horrifying truth emerges. Whatever came for Zach and Lucas is coming for them too. So, I mean, come on, this just sounds so good. It sounds so perfect for me. I'm a YouTuber. I also do, as you know, like paranormal themed videos from time to time. So this just sounds so exciting. Finding the two missing people and like the footage as well. This is going to be good. This is going to be good. Of course, it's the month of October. It's spooky season. You need to check this one out. It's going to be great. I'm excited to read this one. Okay, also... I have this one here. This is by Laura Stephen. This is called Every Exquisite Thing. Now, I managed to get the Waterstones exclusive edition. You've got the sprayed edges there, and it is signed by the author as well. This is a modern Gothic gem, apparently. So this is the kind of retelling, reimagining of the famous Dorian Gray story. You know, the one with like the painting and really creepy. I'm very excited to read this one. So yeah, got that. Also, this is a big chunky one. This is the brand new book from the amazing V.E. Schwab. And this is called The Fragile Threads of Power. I absolutely love Victoria Schwab's books, like so much. And it's going to be amazing to be back in the whole kind of different worlds and stuff. Yeah, I love it. I love her books. I wonder if Kel's going to be in it. Oh, so this, okay, so 7 years after. 7 years have passed since Kel, Lila and Holland stood against Orasan in a desperate battle to save red, grey and white London. 7 years since the doors between worlds were sealed, Kel's magic was shattered and Holland lost his life. Honestly, I think I need to have like a recap of the other books in the series, because I kind of remember them, but because I've read them so long ago, I'm like, I kind of remember this. So I do need to do a little recap. But yeah, I pre-ordered this absolutely ages ago, so it's here. And I'm ready for it. Also, this book here, I'm so excited about. This is Ava Reed's A Study in Drowning. This is the Illumicrate special edition. You can see the beautiful sprayed edges there with the books and stuff. Got some gorgeous artwork in here as well. And if you look under the dust jacket, oh my God, this is so cool. Look at that. It's really cool. So yeah, I do get my monthly Illumicrate box, which is like a monthly book themed subscription. And this book I wanted to read for ages, so to have the actual special edition of it is just really cool. Yeah, this is, I think it's about, what is it? Hold on, I've got my little leaflet here. This is what you get with the Illumicrate box. Oh yeah, it's about the author, wasn't it? Fairy tales. This author wrote fairy tales, and then there's these two characters. Is it Effie and someone? Effie and somebody else. I can't remember. Anyway, but they go to this old, like, abandoned place where the author used to live, and they find secrets about the place, and the fairy tales actually true? Do stuff actually happen at the house? That kind of thing. But it's just so pretty. I just love the sprayed edges with the books and pages on them. It's really cool. That's that one. Sorry, I'm trying to hurry up because I've just realised that my phone battery is dying. Should have charged it before I filmed. Okay, this one is the brand new book from Yvette Fielding, who I love, from Most Haunted. This is The Witches of Pendle. This is another book in the Ghost Hunter Chronicles. Now, I know this is a middle grade book, but I tell you what, this series has been so good. I've really enjoyed it. So this is going to be a perfect Halloween spooky month read. This was about witches, this one. The one that I loved the most out of this series was The Ripper of Whitechapel, which is obviously about Jack the Ripper. That was just really good. But this one is going to be about witches. When a new family moves into a house in Pendle, they discover a witch's bottle filled with curses. Soon the ghosts of those accused of witchcraft in the infamous Pendle witch trials have been released, hell-bent on revenge. So same group of ghost hunters, got Eve, Clovis and Tom, and they team up against the spirits. But is it too late? I don't know. But yeah, really loving this series. And as I say, I know it's young for my age. It's a middle grade book, but it's a really, really good series. And Yvette Fielding, obviously famous for lots of paranormal stuff. She did The Most Haunted Show and books and all that sort of thing. All right, and the last book I want to show you. Oh no, I've got two more. Oh, I've got to really hurry up because my battery. I've got Rebecca Ross's Divine Rivals. How beautiful is this cover? I just literally love this cover so much. Everyone is raving about this book. It says, no God, no war, no one can come between them. Now, I know the new one I think is out in, was it November or December? So I'm not going to read this one until that comes out. And then I can go from this one to that one. Because apparently it's a real cliffhanger at the end. And I don't do cliffhangers very well. I get really stressed about it and I can't wait to find out what happens. So I think if I read it, then I won't have to wait. I can just go straight on and find out what happens, kind of thing. 2 rivals, 2 stories, 2 hearts, 1 fate. This has been like on my TBR for a while. And I have it. Finally, I have it. And the other one is a proof copy that I actually found in a charity shop for like £2.50. It's called On the 12th Day of Christmas, I think it is. Yeah, it's called The 12 Days of Murder. There we go. It's because it says that on the front, but officially it's called 12 Days of Murder. It says here that it's out October 23. Oh, so it's out this month. Okay. It's by Adriana Cordini. I do love a good Christmassy thriller. As much as I love reading Christmas books that are all light, fluffy, romance and all that jazz, there's something about reading like a murder book, like a thriller crime at Christmas that I don't know, I really enjoy. Anyway, it says here, this is great. 12 vials of fake blood, 11 empty whiskey bottles, 10 shattered baubles, 9 withered wreaths, 8 stolen secrets, 7 different motives, 6 grisly Christmas gifts, 5 bloodstained rings, 4 doses of poison, 3 shotgun cartridges, 2 sharp knives, and a noose hanging from a pear tree. Oh my God. Oh, this is going to be so good. I honestly, really excited. I was like, oh, that looks a good one. So there we go. Anyway, they are all of the books. Let me know what book looked most intriguing to you. And yeah, as I say, please get involved. Leave me a comment down below. Tell me what books you're reading or want to read or anything. If you've got any questions for me, you know, bookish questions, ask away. As I say, I really love it when you interact with me and leave me comments and stuff. And I always get back. I always reply to all of my comments. Unless you're a troll and you're being nasty, then I won't reply. I'll just block and delete you. Anyway, that's the end of the video. So yeah, please click like, comment, share, subscribe. Check out my other channel as well here on YouTube. And it's called Minx Laura 123 ASMR. On that channel, I do videos to help people with anxiety, insomnia, basically like relaxation, calming, chill kind of videos. So yeah, please check out my other channel. Links down below. As are all the links to my social media, Twitter, or X now, I still call it Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Goodreads, and of course I have my throwing wish list as well. So yeah, all the links that you need are down below in the description box. All right, everyone, thank you for watching. Happy reading, and yeah, I'm gonna go and read myself, being a bookworm and all that. See you later. Bye.